So you have in before you a picture, the outside cover, it's kind of worn, of the Siddur Rechovot Hanahar. Now, you could spend a lifetime in this Siddur, or at least it would be nice to have a year to be able to go over every aspect of it, or what is required. I want to show you some of the highlights of it. It's my intention to cover a small place after tzitzis, but it comes out, and I want you to be able to see some of the depictions that are placed here. This is the kavana that you do before the talus, and he has an explanation here. And the explanation could be a little bit, take some work on. And then he says, we've seen this before, L'Shem Yichud Kutri Barichu Shkinte. Then he has a combination. This is what Zun is. Now he's talking about Olam Atzilus. Olam Atzilus is really dominated by letters. So we see the light of the Ein Sof behind it, shining through these letters, and it's a combination of Yud-Kei, Vav-Kei, and Adni. So then, this part I don't really understand, I'd like to know more, is a B'dechidu B'dechimo. This is with fear and mercy. And then he switches and he shows you that this is how you could write this name. It's the same as, well, actually, it's Avaya Ekya. It's a mixture of Avaya and Ekya. And then he says a Rechimo, then he reverses it. He puts and love and fear. So then he shows you that the Ekya is on the outside and the Havaya is on the inside. You have to kind of work that out, look at it, see how it goes. And then he says the purpose of this prayer that we're doing, no matter what we do, is for the purpose of a yichud. The Yachta Shem Yak, which is, what is Yak? Is Yud K. That's the first two letters of the Havaya, which represents Abba Ve'ema. And then Bavav K, which represents Zer Anpen and the Nukva. Zun. B'Yehuda Shalim, and when you put them all together, it makes this name. Now, that's, so we have one section here, which I really don't know what it means to reverse these ideas, and maybe it's in the notes, and maybe we'll find out. Now, the next thing that you have to see is what happens in the brachos. Now, I'm just going to show it to you because it's a whole subject by itself, and books have been written on this. This is called the Matbeya of Bracha. That when you, and before we go into this, and without going into this, not what I'm trying to do here today, is that when you say the word Baruch, it generates these combinations of letters. And we'll have to go over it, but I just wanted to give an oversight of what happens when you say the word Baruch. This is the Baruch that's going to go on tzitzis. And all of these different combinations, which really describe the lights, the light of the Ein Sof as it is moving through the bracha. So we have that one. Then we have another page. It looks like this. Another page. Very fancy name right here. Yud K, Vav K. It's all spelled out in different kinds of ways using this, and it comes to gematria, which I don't have right at the moment, but it could be added up very easily. It says what it is. And then it goes down to more different combinations. And to say the word Atah, then other things happen. Hey, this is the name Av, Sag, Ma'u, Ben. It generates these names and these lights in this way. It really needs to be analyzed much more. But we're just taking a general view right now. And ultimately it winds up, we said the word, I think we must have said the word Melech. Let's see. Baruch Atah Hashem. I missed that. Hashem. And then these are the lights that come from it. And we'll see how that goes. And then you have all of this. You have these, this is a continuation. So it says Elokeinu. You say the word Elokeinu, generates these letters, these combinations. Melech HaOlam. Now here's something that maybe we could take some time and would be a nice place to start. Because here you have the Arba Mises based in Kabbalah, in prayer, you have the concept of self-sacrifice. So this is the idea as if you are placing yourself in a situation and offering your own life because of the sins you've done. Skila, Sreifa, Hereg, and Henik, the 4 different types of Misa, corresponding to the names Yud-Ke, Vav-Ke in a descending order, Adni, and Akya. Now the significance of lining these up is bigger than me. I don't know. But he explains out what Skila goes along with the name Av, Sag, Ma'u, Ben. And then you have over here Yud-Ke, Vav-Ke, and then it's spelled out also like this, an Avaya. So all of this has to be put together and understood in the notes. I just wanted to show it. Now this is a very common flow chart that you see in all over the brachos. And what you have here is that these are the nekudos for Keser, the nekuda for Chochma, Chesed, and Gevura. Excuse me, I said it wrong. Chesed and Netzach. And over here you have, that's the right line. These are the lights, and I'll explain just a little bit more about it in a minute. This is the line of Bina. You notice that each one of them has an Ekya, and then it has an Avaya. Now, what the Kabbalists say about this is that this is the Makif, and this is the Or Makif, and this is the Or Panimi. Inside of it is this light. So this is, again, Makif and Panimi, and this is the Nekudos for Gevura. So this is Nekuda for Bia, it's a Seri, and then the Shema is going to be for Gevura, and then the Kibbutz, which they pronounce different ways, is with Hod. Then in the middle line always splits. So the very top of the middle line is the Akya and the Havai combination, and this is Nekuda of Keser. And then you see the line split. So there's 2 sides to it, because we have Chesed and Gevuros always in the middle lines. Right side, left side, the middle. So you have 3 lines, but the middle line is divided into 2. So here you have the Nekudos of Malchus, really. Or he says these are the Nekudos of Das. These are the Nekudos of Das. These are the Nekudos of Tiferos, and these are the Nekudos of Yesod. And this all flows down. You can see here's the Av, Sag. And then he says what he did was he took Av, that's the inside part, spelled it out. And then he also spelled out the name, which goes along with it, of Kasa, which is Aleph Lamed Fe, like that. So we're not going to go into the whole thing right now, but it would be a nice thing to go through. And then we have continuation on the same ideas. Now in the Rashash, they all fall into Kalim. And so the Kalim are always come in 3, an inside Kali, outside Kali, and a middle Kali. And this just gives you a little idea of what's going on in the Rashash. You say the word Asher, and it generates another flow of lights, and we'll get into that. Kedushanu, another flow of lights. So these are all, this is the line of the right line, this is the line of the left, and the middle, as we say, always splits. It has a male-female side to it. Then it says B'mitzvosav, same kind of generation. We'll get into that more. And then it goes to Vatsivonu, that one, also generating this kind of a chart. And he says then Alihis Atef Batsitzis, and the actual act itself. Okay, now when you're presented with a Siddur that has all this in it, and it becomes difficult, whoops, let's hope I didn't kill that out. It becomes difficult to really find where the bouncing ball is. In other words, where's the prayer? There's so much additional. So it makes it difficult to work with, and that's why it's not the same thing as when you go to an Ashkenaz minyan, which I do. They just race through the davening. And here you have all these things that's depicting the flow of the light in each and every word that you say. This is Baruch Fleischman, a little introduction to the Rashash.